I always said we don't need to bring this shit up unless something happens. And shit happened again. I really thought we were going to get a nice break. We've got like a month and a half until Nick has that court date. And I really thought other than the body cam footage coming out, we really wouldn't have much in this realm. But between, unfortunately, I think for the Rekieta clan, Keanu decided to start opening her big mouth. And then just lies start tumbling out. And then I guess someone said that she admitted that she does coke every once in a while, which I did not know. I knew she had in the past, but I didn't know still did. That would explain the enabling type of behavior and that desperation. But again, no judgment, whatever. But I kind of thought, hey, we're heading for a nice little break from all this stuff. Well, it had been 2 weeks since my old friend, my former friend, Nick, had streamed. And then he announced last night, hey, you got the Alec Baldwin thing happened. The Trump thing happened. He's going to go on last night, and he's going to stream it up. He's going to do some things. And, of course, then comes that MN Public Records guy on Kiwi Farms. And he releases a whole bunch more documentation. So we'll take a look at that today. We'll see what's in it. It's actually kind of interesting. It goes through like what he has to do to get his kids back. And there's a lot more stipulations than we thought, including, and this is going to be the rough one. If you thought CPS was just going to let you have your kids back and kind of on faith, that's not how it works. It does say in these documents that he will need to submit to hair tests. Now,
hair tests?
Yeah, hair tests. And when I read that, I went, oh boy, there's no running and hiding from that getting clean thing now. Because like a blood test or a urine test, I think it's blood test. A blood test for cocaine is like 2 days. You just got to stop for 2 days. Even that, like for someone who's addicted to it and is dependent on it, that's hard. But you can still do it. But when the tests are random, I don't know if that would really matter anyway. But the hair test, you definitely can't get around because the hair test can be anywhere from 30 to 60 days. And to me, if you're clean for 30 to 60 days, you're clean. You haven't been using the shit. And there was a bunch of other stuff in there. Like now I guess child services can now search both homes. So I think the fact that April...
So even the guest house or whatever is...
I think the fact that April's living there and they know because they're keeping an eyeball on things because they don't want to send kids back into a crack den. The fact that she's living there has made them a target. If she, had gone back to Litchfield, lived with her parents, gotten a job, rebuilt her life, chances are that house would be the perfect place to store all their shit. But who knows? Maybe they would have searched it anyway. But they said now, if you agree to these terms and conditions, then we can start getting your kids back to you, which is hair tests. You have to release the tests that you currently won't let us release. We have to be able to release those test results. You have to submit to all these tests, including hair tests. And when we come to check the premises, we get to check both houses. So... yikes. That's rough.
You're not going to, even if you thought you could hide the stuff in someone else's house, you're not going to pass the hair test.
No, that's what I thought. The hair test was the most damning one. We'll go over it later in today's show. A bunch of stop me from feeling bad for the guy because, I'm going through my, pupa to larva to butterfly phase or whatever. I'm in my chrysalis, if you will.
And said moth, more like it, but yeah.
as it says on the sign here, I'm trying to be the shepherd. So stop me from feeling bad. I know nobody feels bad. I get that. Nobody feels bad. But I'm starting to feel bad because every time this motherfucker goes to turn on a microphone, this public records guy releases pages and pages of more shit. So he's clearly got lots of stuff. And every time Nick says, ooh, interesting things are happening in the world, I'm going to distract people and distract myself from the fact that all this horrible shit is going on in my life. And I'm going to go talk about some other stuff. And this MN Records guy goes, are you sure? Because look at this. And then releases more stuff. So then last night, Nick goes, no, I don't even know if he announced he wasn't going to stream. He just didn't. So he said he was, set up the stream, the whole deal, and then shut her down and didn't do it because this MN Public Records guy. And like, I know it's funny to a lot of people, but like, I know the guy and I can just imagine, the meltdown. I can just imagine I don't know, the anger and the frustration last night when this stuff comes out. It's a feeling of, one embarrassing thing from years ago got leaked about me, and I was like, motherfucker, god damn it. Like, this is horse shit. This is all bullshit, but fucking somebody goes and drags it up, whatever. The protection thing wasn't 2 years ago, but the event in it was 2 years ago. And total horse shit. And even then, I'm like, God, fuck it. Now I just imagine you actually did shit, and there's evidence of it, and you had your kids taken away, and now all these documents are like showing up every time you try to move on with your life. Every time you announce, hey, I'm going to do something different other than think about my felony charges and my kids being gone and all this other stuff. And this guy goes, are you sure about that? Because here's what the court said, fucker. And then they just show embarrassing, humiliating shit. I mean,
I get what you're saying, but I have a few questions. Did he engage in doing drugs with
yes. Yes,
okay.
Did. Yes, he did. Okay.
Did they do that whole poly wife swap?
I see where you're going, but I will answer the questions as though this were a courtroom. I should probably practice anyway. Yes.
All right. And to your knowledge,
could you say tell me, Mr. Imholt, before you ask these questions? Can we make this full on courtroom?
And tell me, Mr. Imholt, to the best of your knowledge, were there ever children in the home at times of drug consumption?
Yes, there were. Many times.
Yeah, fuck that guy. I don't know at all.
Do you understand the path of self-improvement I'm trying to go on?
Yeah, I do.